Look up at the night sky. Billions of stars in our galaxy alone. And our galaxy is just one of billions in the observable universe. It feels almost impossible that we're the only intelligent life out here, right? With so many potential homes for life, the universe should be teeming with civilizations, some far older and more advanced than our own. So, where is everybody? This is the heart of a chilling question known as the Fermi Paradox. Back in 1950, during a casual lunch conversation with his colleagues, the brilliant physicist Enrico Fermi posed this very simple yet profound question. If the odds suggest aliens should exist, why haven't we seen any evidence? No spaceships, no signals, no galactic empires. Just silence. This contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial life and the complete lack of contact has puzzled scientists and thinkers for decades. Let's dive into some of the most fascinating and sometimes terrifying explanations for this cosmic quiet. One of the most popular ideas is what's called the Great Filter. This theory suggests that there is some kind of universal barrier or challenge that is incredibly difficult for life to overcome. This filter could be anywhere on the timeline of life. Maybe the jump from non-living matter to the very first simple life is astronomically rare. We still don't fully understand how life started on Earth, so perhaps we were just an unbelievable fluke. If this is the case, we might be one of the very first, or even the only, intelligent species to ever make it this far. We're alone because the starting line is almost impossible to cross. But what if the Great Filter is still ahead of us? This is a much more sobering thought. Perhaps many civilizations reach a certain point of technological advancement, similar to where we are now, and then inevitably it could be through nuclear war, runaway climate change, or an artificial intelligence that gets out of control. If this is the case, the silence we hear from the cosmos is a warning. The universe is a graveyard of failed civilizations that couldn't pass their final exam. It would mean that we are approaching the most dangerous period in the history of humanity. Let's consider a less dramatic possibility. Maybe intelligent life is out there, but it's just too far away. The universe is mind-bogglingly vast. Even if our nearest cosmic neighbors were in the Andromeda galaxy, it would take their signals 2.5 million years to reach us. And that's our closest major galactic neighbor. Civilizations could be rising and falling like fireflies in the night, their light never reaching us before they fade away. We might be listening for messages that were sent before humans even existed, or sending messages that won't be received until long after our civilization is gone. Space and time are the ultimate long-distance relationship killers. Another fascinating idea is the zoo hypothesis. What if advanced alien civilizations know we're here, but they've intentionally decided not to make contact? They might be observing us like we observe animals in a nature preserve. Perhaps they have a strict prime directive, not to interfere with developing civilizations until we reach a certain technological or ethical milestone. We could be part of a cosmic zoo, a protected specimen for others to study from a safe distance. They're watching, waiting, and letting our story unfold naturally without their influence. It's a bit humbling to think we might just be an exhibit. Or maybe they're just not interested. We tend to imagine aliens based on our own desires for exploration and communication. But what if a truly advanced civilization becomes completely virtual? They might have uploaded their consciousness into a simulated reality, where they can create entire universes and live for eons without ever needing to physically explore the cosmos. The physical universe, with all its limitations and dangers, might seem boring and primitive to them. They're not silent because they're hiding. They're silent because they're busy in their own digital paradise. There's also the possibility that we're simply not looking for the right things. Our search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, has largely focused on listening for radio waves. It's like trying to have a conversation with someone, but you're both using different phone carriers that aren't compatible. Advanced civilizations might communicate using methods we can't even conceive of yet, like neutrino beams, gravitational waves, or some other form of physics we haven't discovered. We might be surrounded by alien conversations, but we just don't have the right equipment to tune in. We're like an isolated tribe on an island, trying to interpret smoke signals while the air around us is filled with invisible Wi-Fi. One of the more recent and eerie theories is the dark forest hypothesis. This idea comes from a science fiction novel but paints a chillingly logical picture. In this scenario, the universe is like a dark forest filled with hidden hunters. Every civilization is a potential threat. The safest survival strategy is to stay completely silent and hidden. If you reveal your location, you risk being destroyed by a more powerful civilization that sees you as competition or a future threat. In this cosmic hunt, the first rule is to never, ever make a sound. The silence of the universe isn't because it's empty, it's because everyone is holding their breath, terrified of being found. If this is true, then our broadcasts into space from the last century have been like shouting in a dark forest, naively announcing our position to whatever might be listening. So, where does that leave us? The Fermi Paradox doesn't have a single, easy answer. It presents a mirror to our own civilization, forcing us to think about our future, our limitations, and our place in the cosmos. Are we alone? Are we early? Or are we just blissfully unaware of the true nature of the universe? Perhaps the answer is a combination of many of these theories. Maybe there are a few civilizations, but they're incredibly far apart. Some are hiding, and some have transcended physical reality. The quest to find the answer continues. With every new exoplanet we discover, and every new telescope we launch, like the James Webb Space Telescope, we get a little closer to solving this grand mystery. Finding even simple microbial life on Mars, or an ocean moon like Europa, would be world-changing, proving that the spark of life is not unique to Earth. It would mean the great filter is likely not at the beginning, which is both exciting and a little terrifying. Ultimately, the Fermi Paradox reminds us of how precious and fragile our own existence is. Whether we're alone in the universe, or just one voice in a silent crowd, the responsibility to survive, to learn, and to explore rests on our shoulders. The silence is a blank canvas, and it's up to us to decide what picture we want to paint on it. What do you think is the real reason we haven't found anyone yet? Let me know your favorite theory in the comments below. Thanks so much for exploring this cosmic mystery with me. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into science and space. Until next time, keep looking up.